In the news tonight, another spectacular hosting of the Sandy Lane Gold Cup. Courts opens a superstore at Welch's. And in sports, the Sandy Lane Barbados Gold Cup is heading to Guyana.
And there are no more turns in the Gold Cup. And Harrow has come to the front. On the outside, here is Smoky T. Public sector will not go away. It is Harrow on the inside. On the outside, Smoky T lunging late. It's going to be very tight. It's going to be Harrow wins it. On the outside, Smoky T was second. Public sector was third.
Very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Broom. Harrow, they're winning the prestigious Sandy Lane Gold Cup, and we'll have more on that race a bit later in sports. The Ministry of Tourism continues to seek ways of boosting visitor arrivals. Speaking last night at the Sandals Prestige Awards ceremony, Minister Ian Gooding-Edgell said they are taking steps to enhance airlift capacity that would ensure Barbados is in an attractive destination. Our reporter Akeem Plinkett tells us more.
Minister Gooding-Edgell, speaking at the Sandals Prestige Awards, alluded to the additional flights from various airlines which stretched back to last November. He said that the Sandals team is also ensuring that the Barbados product is one that is attractive. Additionally, he added that flight connections with major airlines, while rehabilitating the air transport infrastructure to make Barbados accessible to the world, will continue to make the country's tourism product stronger.
The increase in airlift capacity signifies more direct flights and attractive connections, reducing travel time and improving convenience, making it simpler than ever for travelers to choose Barbados as their ultimate gateway. And I'm sure that all of you who anticipated the return of American Airlines daily service from John F. Kennedy Airport will know what that has done to help build out the tourism sector in Barbados. And the fact that Delta Airlines commenced operations last November on a daily service into Barbados from Atlanta would obviously have spoken volumes to the efforts that we are making to promote not only an effective destination, not only to ensure that Barbados becomes the destination of choice, but also to ensure that we open additional gateways of entry into Barbados.
Minister Gooding-Edgell also said this will undoubtedly benefit not only Sandals, but Barbados as a whole.
We anticipate that these improvements will significantly increase visitor numbers, stimulating economic growth in multiple sectors. Tourists will dine in your restaurants, and they will explore what oysters and other places of interest have to offer, explore shops, and experience our vibrant culture. Everything spins together, forming a cycle of prosperity fueled by the collaborative efforts of the government, private sector, and local communities.
Managing Director of Sandals Eastern Caribbean, Winston Anderson, encouraged his employees to keep being passionate and determined. Anderson said Sandals remains committed to their employees and will continue to provide opportunities for growth of their staff.
As we grow, what happens? You grow. And what does that mean? We're totally committed to developing our people and creating opportunities, as we believe strongly that we have the talent right here in this room and also around the resort.
Akeem Plinkett, CBC News.
Courts has opened a new superstore in Welch's St. Thomas to the tune of $6 million. But with the opening of that store comes the closure of two of its outlets. Rachel Agard has that story.
Director of Sales Peter Ellis says the diversification of the Welch's St. Thomas area presents a prime opportunity to expand. But along with the opening of that store comes the closure of two stores. However, the employee complement has been the same, with minimal displacement.
This location, Courts Welch's, represents over a $6 million investment, not just for Unicoma Barbados, but into the Barbadian economy. There are other implications for our brand. Two of our stores, which we have had for quite some time, our Spice Song store as well as our Haggett Hall store, eventually those stores will be closing, but we have consolidated those stores into this particular branch.
One of Court's customers from the Haggett Hall branch was spotted shopping at the new location.
We came bright and early this morning. Well, it's early for us, and we're very impressed. You know, the customer service was excellent, and there's so much choice. So, yeah, it's a bit far for me because I'm coming from Christchurch, but it was worth it.
Another customer, Jackie Lee, says she was attracted to this store based on the concept and location.
I'm literally don't live too far away from here, so it works perfect. And the customer service so far has been excellent. I always say customer service is the key, so they may see me more often. I may need to take out shares in here for the amount of stuff that I will be buying from now on.
The store will open 6 days a week. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
There's more news after the break. Stay with us. St. Thomas is set to put its flora and fauna on display as it hosts this month's activities as part of the We Gathering 2025 celebrations. Public Relations Officer with the St. Thomas Parish Organizing Committee, Carl Applewhite, says while activities have started, they officially launch tomorrow with a multi-faith church service and a courtyard social.
I think what makes St. Thomas different is the fact that our activities are inclusive. They're highly inclusive. And when I say inclusive, I mean they're targeting not only the young, but they're targeting the old. And there's also the focus on Barbados community. Barbadiana is how some persons will refer to it.
Other events for the month include lunch with the elderly, a tree planting exercise at all the schools throughout the parish, queue in the community at the Content Pavilion, a concert hosted by the Barbados Police Service, the marquee event, the Heart of Barbados, Moonlight Pun a Stick, and Standpipe Stories. Barbadians are also encouraged to visit the attractions in that parish.
In the past, the Heart of Barbados was an activity where we come together at the Project House in Sturgis, and it's like an open market for persons throughout St. Thomas to sell their wear. So regardless of what you were proficient in or what your business is, you have the opportunity to come and sell right there at Project House. Not only do persons come there and purchase your goods, but it's like almost like an all-day activity because you then have the opportunity to engage in what we call community tourism.
2 Christchurch men have been remanded to Dodds Prison, charged with the February 20th murder of O'Brien Dixon. The first man is Shamar Mikhail Messiah Toby, a 35-year-old of Blackman Road, Maxwell. He's been charged with illegal possession of a firearm and endangering the lives of Maxine Leacock and Dwayne Lewis. The second man, 33-year-old Antonio Desmond Lewis of Harmony Hall, St. Lawrence, has been charged with Dixon's murder and violent disorder. Both men appeared before Magistrate Manila Renee and are scheduled to reappear in court on March 28th. Meanwhile, police are seeking the public's assistance in locating 12-year-old Tyler Shania Faith Carter of Lot 22, Shop Hill Terrace, St. Thomas. The Lestavon Secondary School student was last seen by her brother on February 20th. Tyler is 5 feet 6 inches of height with a brown complexion and is slimly built. She is said to have a round head, oval-shaped face, thick eyebrows, brown small eyes, broad forehead, full lips, large ears, each pierced once, a pointed chin, and a thin, long neck. Tyler was last seen wearing a blue t-shirt with a multicolored short pants and white flip-flops. She's known to frequent Bridgetown on Tudor Street, Queen's Park, and St. Christopher's, Christchurch. Now, anyone knowing the whereabouts of Tyler Carter is asked to contact the District D Police Station at 419-1726, Police Emergency at 211, Crime Stoppers at 1-800-TIPS, that is 1-800-8477, or any police station. Reassuring young men of their place in a changing society, that was the message from founder of the Mr. Executive Challenge and former secondary school teacher Winston Cumberbatch. He told the graduation ceremony it was a long journey which gave many rewards for the participants.
Every year you would have finalists, 5. One of them will ultimately become Mr. Executive. And after 5, the 5th challenge, the idea came to form an association. The association is called MIFA, Mr. Executive Finalist Association. And these are all the students who would have reached the finals.
Top graduate and former Ellerslie Secondary School student Javon Francois had a message in his address for his colleagues.
Since its inception in 2017, this program has evolved significantly, culminating in this very program we are graduating from today. It aims to cultivate positive business ethics and entrepreneurial skills within young men, while fostering qualities of gentlemanliness in their attitude, deportment, and especially the relationships with women. We must also express our gratitude to the amazing mentors who have made their investment and contribution into guiding us in understanding business.
Jamaican dancehall star Vybz Kartel is in Barbados. He arrived this afternoon and is here to launch his Straight Vibes rum tomorrow at the Copacabana. The rum is manufactured and distributed by Trinidad and Tobago spirits giant Angostura Limited. Now, during an interview at a lunch in Guyana, Vybz said each product in the rum line is named after his songs. The road to the 2025 Barbados Reggae Weekend is set. Barbadians home and abroad are being invited to the top-tier reggae show, which will be held over 3 nights at the National Botanical Gardens. Patrons have been promised international acts including Jamaican artist Supercat, Glenn Washington, Movado, Skeng, Maxi Priest, Busy Signal, and Shabaranks, along with Ghanaian-American singer and songwriter Molly, to name a few. Meanwhile, local acts will include Brutal Crank Star, Melody Man, and the biggest reggae band in Barbados, The Right Side of Red. Let's hear from Rachel Agard.
The second installment of the Barbados Reggae Weekend promises to be bigger and better than last year. Director of Barbados Reggae Weekend, Ryan Braffett, says last year's event was an overwhelming success with over 25,000 patrons in attendance over 3 nights. This year's events will see some new incentives, including partnerships with the U.S. market. Mr. Braffett says events such as Reggae Weekend is not only about the promoters and notes they intend to build on the momentum from last year.
But there's a profound impact on the economy. When it comes to entertainment events, everybody benefits. We have the stores in Bridgetown, but all over Barbados benefiting. And that is a trickle-down effect that entertainment has on our economy. So it is important for us to continue to support these events. We thank our sponsors for helping us to do this because we touch every single Barbadian when we do.
And Mr. Braffett is inviting those in the diaspora as they engage in the We Gathering 2025 celebrations to take full advantage of the opportunity.
We know that this year we're celebrating We Gathering. So BRW is doing its part, playing our part in the We Gathering initiative. We want to invite Barbadians from all walks of life to come home. And not just come home from January to December, but come home in April. Come home in April and we will have something special for you at the Barbados Reggae Weekend.
Meanwhile, sales and marketing specialist at the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation, Alicia Hidson, says the intent is to utilize all media options to create an amazing campaign ahead of the event.
The powerhouse brands of the CBC are happy to work with other sponsors to deliver a fantastic weekend. And you can look forward for advertising specials, ticket giveaways, featured music, and lots of information on air and online. Cheers to year 2. Many more years to the Barbados Reggae Weekend. We're ready to live the vibe.
Barbados Reggae Weekend will be held from April 25th to 27th with Legends of Reggae, Showdown, and Reggae in the Gardens. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
And ahead in sports, of course, the Sandy Lane Gold Cup.
Sports time. Good evening. I'm Damien Best. Well, champion jockey Rashid Hughes and Harold set the Garrison Savannah ablaze, capturing the 2025 Sandy Lane Barbados Gold Cup this evening. Trained by Barbadian Safi Joseph Jr., the Guyanese entry won the prestigious race, beating out Smoking Tea and Jerry the Nipper.
Lights flashing, they're under orders, and they're racing for the 2025 running of the Sandy Lane Barbados Gold Cup. And pop of the way, smartest of all, is Jerry the Nipper. That's your early leader. Up early on the outside of him is Public Sector. There's also Harrow is up early. Smoking Tea is behind horses. The defending champ Portfolio Company is along the rails. Then there's Show the Money. Vividly is caught wide. And the Nikes Gordy is saving ground along the rail as they thunder past the stands for the first time to the roar of the crowd. And it's Jerry the Nipper in front. The defending champion Portfolio Company keeping him honest. On the outside of these coming in third at this point is Public Spectre. Then there's Harrow. On the inside behind these we get Smoking Tea, the Goddess Nike. Then Vividly and Show the Money as they go past the 5 furlong mark of the opening quarter, 26 flat, half mile in 49 and 3. They head towards the far turn. And it's Portfolio Company who sticks his head in front. On the outside, Jerry the Nipper is second. Public Sector races third. Harrow is next. Then Smoking Tea being asked to get closer by Patrick Husbands. Vividly. Then the Goddess Nike and Show the Money is the trailer. They get back towards their departure point. 6 in 1:15 and 2. And they head down towards the drill hall. And on the inside it is Public Sector. On the outside, here goes Harrow. It's Public Sector and Harrow. These two lock horns inside the quarter pole. Smoking Tea is coming out of run. Jerry the Nipper is still there. And there are no more turns in the Gold Cup. And Harrow has come to the front. On the outside, here is Smoking Tea. Public Sector will not go away. It is Harrow on the inside. On the outside, Smoking Tea lunging late. It's going to be very tight. It's going to be Harrow wins it. On the outside, Smoking Tea was second. Public Sector was third. Jerry the Nipper was fourth. The defending champion, Portfolio Company, beats Vividly. The Goddess Nike and Show the Money. The winner came home in 1:55 and 3.
Yeah, quite a race. Next to cricket news, South Africa outclassed England in today's ICC Champions Trophy game, sealing their spot in the semi-finals with a crushing 7-wicket victory. The 246 Mobile Shop, City United Celtics and Island Care Ambulance Service and Body by B Lakers are the final two teams to make the semi-finals of the 2025 BABA President's Cup. Celtics play Lakers in the semis at the Willie Gymnasium tonight after Celtics defeated NSC Combined School Tridents, while Lakers were 10-point winners over Warren's All-Stars in the quarterfinals. CBC's Ann Margaret Boyce reports.
Quarterfinal number 1 was a big battle featuring 246 Mobile Shop, City United Celtics and NSC Combined Schools Tridents in blue. Only a few minutes on the clock. Tridents captain Zane Gaskin moving up court gets his shot away and in, first points of the night. It didn't take long before the in-form Kazarian Adams announced himself from the three-point line. That's magic. The Tridents were in charge in the early stages, and it's because of shots like these. Tyler Ford from beyond the arc, he had a game high 16. But the Tridents lead dwindled. Not the best defense here, and Celtics captain Theo Greenwich creates something from nothing, driving to the cup. Eurostep, you bet. That's 2. And Celtics would take the first quarter 2014 and the first half 43-36. Not before this though. Rennie Brewster, put your name on it, son. Easy layup. Quickly to the second half. Teams going in different directions, but it was more of the same. Jared Allen on the score sheet. Celtic now with a double-digit advantage. And the lead for Celtics just increased. Adams again. You can't keep him down. Drains the tray effortlessly. When he wasn't scoring, he was assisting. Adams to Allen, and that's absolutely amazing. 2 more points to the tally as Celtics eventually went on to beat Tridents 94-66. Second quarterfinal matchup, Warriors All-Stars in red versus Island Care Ambulance Service and Body by B Lakers. Early days, Carlos Greenwich, mid-range J, that's good. Mark this name down. Tariq Harewood to the paint for Lakers, loving it. First points for his team. Well, this contest was a bit closer than the first. Good defense turns into better offense. David Waltz with a free trip to the bucket makes it count as Lakers took the first 18-15 and the second 34-32. To the second half now. Remember I told you about this man earlier, Here he is again, Herwood with the golden arm. He shot a whopping 41 points. All-Stars had their moments as well in the second half. Jonathan Dottin twists and turns, drops it into the cup. Nevertheless, this story was already written. Keith Burkett, that's brilliant. Lakers into the semi-finals with a 75-65 win over All-Stars. Anmar Goodrich Boys, CBC Sport.
Thanks, Anmar, and that is my time for sports tonight. The weather details up next.
Good evening and welcome to the weather news. Well, low-level instability is impacting the island. We had occasionally cloudy skies along with some showers. The winds are gusty here in Barbados and stable conditions prevailed across the Guianas. The maximum temperature today was 27 degrees Celsius, the minimum 23 degrees. At present, the temperature stands at 25 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 71%. The winds are coming in from the east. Southeast. We take a look now at our satellite feed, where low-level instability maintained occasionally cloudy skies, along with some showers here in Barbados. We had up to 11.2 millimeters of rainfall. The winds, they are gusty up to 39 knots, and the seas moderate in open water, with swells peaking at 2.5 meters. We are urging small craft operators as well as sea bathers to exercise caution. Now, later on tonight, instability will maintain a mix of clear and cloudy skies along with a few scattered light showers. And further south, I can tell you stable conditions prevailed across the Guianas. Well, that's our first look at the weather. After the break, we'll have the forecast. Welcome back. In the forecast for tomorrow, the sun is expected to rise at 14 minutes after 6 and will set at 7 minutes past 6. Now, the first high tide is expected at 5:25 in the early morning and the first low at 11:29 a.m. The seas moderate in open water with swells peaking at 2.5 meters. We are urging small craft operators as well as sea bathers to exercise caution. The winds, they're coming in from the east and they're peaking at 35 kilometers per hour. For us here in Barbados tonight, we can expect a mix of clear and cloudy skies along with a few scattered light showers. And over the next 3 days, a mix of sunshine, clouds and showers can be expected.
Well, that's our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, thank you so much for tuning in. Good night.